I'm Shelly Turner with the BuilderAll team. In this video, I'm going to show you the blueprint and how to edit the auto webinar funnel. So let's go ahead and look at the structure first. So I'm going to go up to the top to the page icon, and I'm going to go to blueprint. And when I take a look at the blueprint, I can see that I'm getting a traffic source and sending them into the funnel, and that traffic source might be Facebook ads, YouTube ads, or even sending traffic in from a different funnel into this funnel. And they'll hit the first page, which is the webinar registration page. And this is where they'll fill out information on their name and their email. Once they fill that out, they're going to be redirected to the webinar confirmation page. And that tells them that they're confirmed. And it tells them the date of the webinar and information about the webinar. And then it also has a countdown clock. And when that countdown clock gets to 0, that page will redirect to the webinar replay page. Now, this doesn't have to be a live webinar. It can just be a webinar that is available for replay. You can set your timer on the confirmation page to either redirect on a certain date and time, or you can redirect based on when they hit the page. It can redirect in 5 minutes or 10 minutes or 20 minutes. So there's several different ways to set this up. Then on the webinar replay page, you can set that as your webinar platform from BuilderAll, and you can set it up so that it just replays when they hit the page. So every time they go to that page, it will start the webinar again. So there's several ways you can do this, and several ways you can use the webinar platform right inside BuilderAll to make this, to set this funnel up. So let's take a look at editing the funnel. And we'll set it up so that they come in from the traffic source and hit the registration page. Then from the registration page, they hit the confirmation page. Then we're going to set the timer to go at a certain date. And when that certain date hits, it will redirect to the replay page. So let's go ahead and set that up. So I'm going to go to the page icon, and I'm going to go to the first layout and click the little arrow, and I'm on the home page. This is the webinar registration page. The most important thing on this page is to right-click this form and click Configure. And you can choose any autoresponder you want. I'm going to choose Mailing Boss. And then I choose the subscriber list that I want it to go to. I'm going to choose Email Marketing. And now that's set up to send all my subscribers into my Mailing Boss subscriber list. Now I need to figure out how to set up my redirect pages so that once this form is filled out, I can send them to the webinar confirmation page. So I'm going to right-click, and I'm going to choose Change URL. And for the first two, I'm going to change the URL to the webinar confirmation page by clicking No Action, and then clicking Select, and Webinar Confirmation Page, and OK. And then the same thing for this page, Webinar Confirmation Page, and OK. And then the next one, the unsubscribe confirmation, I'm going to send them back to this page to give them the option to subscribe again. So on No Action, I'm going to click that and then click the down arrow and choose Registration Page and OK. So now I've configured the redirect URLs, and I'm going to click Confirm and confirm again. And now my Mailing Boss opt-in form is set up, and I need to go ahead and save. That's an important thing to do. So I haven't named this yet, so I'm going to go ahead and name it, and then Send, and then Save. And now we're ready to go. The first page has been configured. Now I'm going to go to the second page, which is where they go to after they fill out the opt-in form. And it gives you an opportunity to have a lot of places to edit, including the date and time of the webinar. And the most important item on here is the timer. So I'm going to right-click the timer and go to Edit. And on the timer, I'm going to set it for a specific date and time. And that specific date and time I'm going to set to exactly what it says here on the page, July the 27th at 8 o'clock. So I'm going to click this down arrow, and I'm going to choose July the 27th. There we go, July 27th, and it's at 8 o'clock. There we go. And now I'm going to choose the action. So what I need to do is figure out what do I want to happen when this timer gets to 0. So what is the action that it's going to take? So I'm going to click Action, and I'm going to choose that it goes to a page. And the page I want it to go to is the webinar replay page, and then click OK. So what's going to happen is this thing is going to time down to 0. When it hits 0, the page will change and go straight to the webinar replay page. So I'm going to click Confirm. And now that page is ready, and I'm going to go ahead and click Save to save all my changes. And now I need just to configure the webinar replay page, so I'm going to click on that. And this is your webinar room where you actually have the webinar playing. Now this is a replay room, and you can replay just a YouTube video, or you can send something straight from your webinar platform that's in BuilderAll. To do the webinar platform, all you need to do is hide the YouTube video, and then you go to Plus, and you go to Apps, and you can choose your webinar platform here. Now, you'll need to watch the video on how to set up your webinar, but once you have it set up, you just grab the app right here and drop it into this area, and it will set up the webinar for you inside this page. If you don't want the webinar there, you can just allow it to use the YouTube channel just exactly how it came, and just link to a YouTube video as a replay. Either way is fine, whatever works for your webinar. When you use the YouTube video, you also have down here, if you right-click this, this is the review area, and as people are watching the video, they can actually type responses in there that will be saved and you can look at. After the video is finished, you've got a button at the bottom, and that button you can send to anywhere you want to send it to. All you do is right-click and go to Action, and you can send it to another page in this funnel, or you can send it to a website address, which might include a different funnel to be able to sell a product or a service. So that's how you set up your auto webinar funnel in BuilderAll.